Welcome back to the Making the Madness YouTube channel. It's Sean here again today for some Saturday transfer news. It's Alfonso Plummer. The Utah transfer is headed to Illinois to play for Brad Underwood next season. And let me tell you, this is a massive ad. It's one of my favorite fits of the offseason for a few reasons. You lose Adam Miller, who was playing a role that he wasn't accustomed to in the past. In high school, he's a guy that handled the ball all the time. With Ayo DeSumo, that just wasn't going to happen. And then Andre Curbelo emerged as, the better freshman last year. So he just was never going to have that kind of role that he wanted to have. He ends up transferring, and they add a guy in Alfonso Plummer who plays the role they had Adam Miller playing last season to at a high level. That's the role he knows. That's the role he plays. Coming off screens, hitting shots, a spot-up shooter. He can create a little bit for himself, driving to the basket. He's not a ball handler. That's not his role. He's 6'1". He's a pure shooting guard. But he's one of the more lethal scorers in the country when he gets it rolling. For an example, in the Pac-12 tournament 2 seasons ago, his junior season, he was a JUCO player at Arizona Western. So this is going to be his third collegiate season, his final year, third collegiate D1 season, and it's his final year of eligibility. He had 35 points and they lost against Oregon State in the Pac-12 tournament 2 seasons ago. He had 11 threes. That's just the kind of thing he can do. He's not super big. He's 6'1", 180, but he can really shoot the ball from deep. He can drive because you have to respect that shot and you have to prepare for it. So when you're trying to defend him on the perimeter, he could just drive past you. He can hit from the mid-range. He's a great pull-up shooter. He does so much that can contribute to a winning team. I don't know if he's going to start. He could certainly come off the bench as a six-man and thrive in that role like he did his first season at Utah. He shot 44% from the field this season and 38% from beyond the arc. In his junior season, he shot 46%, 42%, but he was more of a high usage guy this season for the Utes. And I think he's going to have a major season. And we look at what Illinois is having next year. Trent Frazier, he's coming back, it sounds like for sure. That's going to be a big addition because he's another guy. He's also a shooting guard. He can handle the ball a little bit, but he's pretty much a shooting guard too. He can also shoot the ball from deep though. So, Trent Frazier, he's a leader. He's a good shooter. He's a really good defender, one of the more underrated defenders in the country. His on-ball defense has really improved throughout his career. Then you have Alfonso Plummer. You have Andre Curbelo running the show. Then you have Jacob Grandison, who, really got it going near the end of the season, played a lot more, started over DeMonte Williams late. Austin Hutcherson is a guy I have high hopes for if he could stay healthy. The D3 transfer is a lights-out shooter at 6'7", and he's really athletic. Like, that guy is a future NBA player if he can be healthy. He had a back injury last year that sidelined him. Kofi Cockburn, I feel like he could either go pro, he'll go undrafted more than likely, but I don't know if he'll ever get drafted. So that's kind of the thing. Do you just take what you have now and try to claw your way to the league? Or do you come back for another season, try to see if you could add a mid-range shot, add some kind of variety that'll make NBA teams interested, improve on defense? We'll see what happens there. If not, it's going to be Omar Payne starting at the 5, which is also solid because he's one of the better rim protectors in the country. So that, this Illinois team is going to be very good. You had R.J. Melendez. He's a 4-star recruit. You had Luke Good. He's a 4-star recruit. You had Brandon Podzenski. I believe that you say that one. He just committed this week. So you add 3 pretty highly touted recruits. 2 are really good shooters. And R.J. Melendez is going to be a big player down the line. I like what Illinois has. I really do. I think they're going to be a top 10 team next season. I think Alfonso Plummer is going to be a major part of that. And I thought a guy like Luke Good was going to have to play a big role this season. But now we can kind of just take a step back and, do what he does. Because Good is a really good shooter too. But I think he can just wait in the wings now and wait for guys like Plummer and Frazier to leave the program after their senior seasons. And, that's not a bad thing because you want to trust freshmen, but at the same time, you want freshmen to learn. Luke Good's going to be a 2, 3, 4-year guy, more likely 3 or 4. he's not going to be a 1-year guy. So if you could have the 4-star recruits who are barely top 100 guys learn from seniors like Alfonso Plummer and Trent Frazier, that's a positive in my eyes for sure. Even without Kofi Cockburn at this point, I'd say Illinois' top 15. If Kofi Cockburn returns, they could even be top 5. I mean, this is a really good basketball team. Brad Underwood is consistently building this into a powerhouse. Losing Ayo Dosunmu is brutal, obviously, for the, just the way the team is. Losing that kind of guy is brutal, but he's going to go get paid in the NBA. He had a great season this year, but it's not like they're going to, be short of a ball handler, because Andre Curbelo could easily be an All-American next season. So thanks for checking this video out. Until next time, have a good one.